What's going on? Soldier Only here from Sports Nerd Web with a new video about the Nintendo Switch. Yesterday Nintendo had their event in Tokyo where they finally answered a lot of the questions that we've had and gave us a bunch of details about their new console. And it's going to be coming out March 3rd with a price point of $299, which is an excellent price point, I think, especially for a Nintendo console. I was expecting it to be anywhere from the $300 to $350 range, so that's really good to hear. And as far as some of the specs, there was a lot of questions going around about that. They said it's going to be a 720p screen and it's going to have 32 gigs of storage. Another big question I had was was going to be the battery life, right? You know, when you have it in its handheld mode and you're away from the house. And they said that for gaming, while you're out in public, you should have anywhere, of course it's going to depend on the game that you're running, but on average it should be anywhere from 2.5 to 6 hours of battery life, and you can charge it via USB-C as well. Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be coming out this March 3rd, for $299. Another good news that they announced, the Nintendo Switch actually, for the first time in Nintendo's history, the Nintendo Switch will not be region locked. Region lock refers to when a console only plays the video games released in the specified region, so that is amazing that a Nintendo console finally isn't going to do that, especially when a lot of the games made for Nintendo consoles are usually coming from Nintendo itself and are made in Japan. And Nintendo actually said that there's roughly 80 games in development for the Nintendo Switch right now. There's trailers for 11 Nintendo Switch games that they showed off. And one game that they finally announced, ever since the Nintendo Switch unveil trailer back in October, it showed Skyrim in that trailer. So there was a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation going around if Skyrim was going to be on the console. And it is confirmed that Skyrim will be on the Nintendo Switch at some point. They didn't say anything about give any specifics about a release date or anything like that. And my thing with the Nintendo Switch is I think it's an amazing looking console, and it probably is one that I am gonna plan on get at some point, which definitely tells something for it, because I haven't really been stoked for a Nintendo console in, I couldn't even tell you, decades probably, right? But that's not to say, I mean, I love Nintendo, you know. The first console I ever had was an Atari, but the first one that I really remember, you know, like falling in love with was the NES. So, of course, the nostalgic gamer in me, and of course, like most lifelong gamers, you know, there's a special place in my heart for Nintendo. So, I'm stoked to see them doing this. For me, one of the main things that's gonna make it or break it for me is the games, obviously, and I think it's pretty much that way for most gamers. And one thing that is definitely making me want to get it on day one is that Nintendo announced that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will be a launch title and will be coming out day one on March 3rd when the console drops. So that is huge news for me, and I'm sure it's going to be I'm sure it's huge news for most gamers, because it seems like a lot of the people that I talk to, they're pretty much in the same mindset and pretty much in the same place, have the same perspective of the Nintendo Switch that I do. They also announced that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. The Switch will get its own paid online service, so that, you know, they're joining the likes of Sony and Microsoft and launching its own paid online subscription service for the new Switch console. So far, details are thin. But you know, beyond, you know, we should be, you know, of course there should be the staples, you know, like voice chat, but Nintendo didn't really say too much on the subject, so I would imagine that we should probably hear more about it over the next couple months as we get closer to the March 3rd launch date. It's also they also said that they're going to be getting some exciting new RPGs. FIFA will also hit Switch after years of passing up the Wii U. They also showed off a trailer for the new Super Mario game. It's called Super Mario Odyssey. It's actually an open world sandbox game for the Switch, and it actually looks really neat. At the beginning, it looks like I mean, you can get on YouTube, and I'm sure there's videos everywhere, and check out the trailer. But it looks like it has, at the beginning, it has Mario pretty much sucked out of the Mushroom Kingdom and into kind of like a real world, kind of New York City looking place, and it pretty much reminds me of like a modernized version of the classic Mario 3D from the Nintendo 64. So, and absolutely loved that game back in the day. So I'm very stoked for this game as well. They also already announced that Splatoon 2 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch in. They didn't say anything about a date. I don't see anything on here, but I think the Super Mario Odyssey one, I think they said should be coming out sometime this fall. And as far as Splatoon 2 is concerned, I can't really recall when that one was. So yeah, that's pretty much all the news that I have for it right now. Like I said, it's coming out March 3rd, so that's really soon. It's actually 2 days before my birthday, so we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, March 3rd for $2.99. Skyrim is going to be on it eventually. A new Super Mario game, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is a launch title. I think it's going to be awesome. I can already imagine that while it probably won't have the same success that Nintendo's Wii did, it definitely should fare a lot better than the Wii U. So here's to hoping that it does. Hit that thumbs up if you liked the video. Sub to the channel for more content. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsNerd48. Keep up to date with the channel. I will have a new setup video coming to the channel soon. I have been upgrading a lot of the stuff in my studio and stuff, so stay tuned for that, and hopefully I should be getting back up, starting my streams on Twitch again here really soon. So like I said, I've been upgrading everything, and hopefully my content, will have a much higher quality and things like that. So thanks for watching. Thank you to all the early subs of this new channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.